them halls he goes. And out to Des Moines, Iowa, we goes to go visit a yo-yo collector with JD. JD, how's that coming?
Hey, John, I think I'm getting the hang of it. I haven't put my hands on a yo-yo in years. Io and I are practicing our moves, but when we come back, we're going to check out Fred Lindsay's incredible yo-yo collection. Show us a trick. There you go. Look at this guy. That's the yo-yo trick. Yo-yo is coming up on Personal
Messed
FM.
up. Jeez.
Good job on that.
So we also learned that restoring something like this makes it even more valuable. Our number 212-802-0082. John, what do you have in your pocket?
I bought this on the subway for today's super collection. $2.
Go for it.
Yeah. You can't see, but it lights up. It lights up. Can we get? Well, I guess we can't get a shot. I was doing this in the commercial break, and Claire said, "I want a yo-yo." So, okay, you can hear it.
I can play with. I can borrow it. Thank you.
From one yo-yo to
Yeah.
another, JD out there in Des Moines. JD.
Speak for yourself, John. Hey, this guy has yo-yos that light up, they whistle, they do tricks. In fact, Fred, this is Fred Lindsay. He's our super collector. Do a trick for us, Fred. Blow us away. What is that called?
Oh, just yo-yoing.
That's called Now, one of the most famous tricks, walk the dog. Do the walk the dog. Here we go.
There it goes.
There it is.
Oh.
Gosh.
All right, now this guy was the yo-yo champ in Des Moines back in 1959. You were 14 years old, and you've had a love of yo-yos ever since, right? Even you have a lot of yo-yos, but not the bicycle that you won in the contest.
I lost the bike.
Yeah,
I lost the bike.
A cousin borrowed it and never brought it back,
Yeah,
right?
well, actually, she was my aunt.
Okay, let's take a look at some of your yo-yos. He has some really old and very, very interesting yo-yos. Now, let's start with the wooden yo-yos. These date back to like the 20s, Fred?
That's right. Floor's company was before Duncan, and that's when they started.
And Flores is from where?
He's from the Philippines.
The Philippines.
Yeah.
And then Duncan yo-yo came into the picture.
Right.
And we have a lot of Duncans here. Now, you said these over here are like from the 30s?
Yeah, some are from the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s.
And what's interesting, look at these carved yo-yos. I mean, they're all intricately carved. Now, what's the story with the yo-yo carving?
Well, they used to go out there, and when you bought your yo-yo, they'd put your name in there or carve a scene on it.
To personalize the yo-yo.
Yeah,
Now, how old are these?
This is the 50s.
This is the 50s.
That's great.
It's probably 1954.
Okay, now, you know, yo-yos come in, I didn't realize it, but so many different shapes, different sizes. Look at this, a Pez yo-yo.
Hey.
Don't you know the Pez collectors would like to get
You
their hands on
betcha.
that?
That's right.
Now let's go over here and let's look at the metal yo-yos. These are interesting, but they weren't very good, right? I mean, they were good, but they didn't last very long.
Yeah, well, if you left them out, the paint would come off. But if you took real good care of them, they should look like this.
Look at
And
that.
how old's this? Tell me the
That's
story about that.
1934.
Gosh.
And these move around? Does
Yeah.
this one whistle?
No, this don't whistle. The wheel inside goes around when you spin it. So.
I'm noticing, JD, I'm noticing like a lot of cross collectibles because I noticed he had a McDonald's yo-yo, the Pez.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
John, you wait till you see his yo-yos. He has advertising yo-yos.
Ah.
He has a lot of cross collectibles. Let's go over here and let's talk about these jeweled yo-yos. We saw a couple of them over there. What's with the jewels? Why the jewels?
Just for show. When they spin them, light hits them and they sparkle. Yeah, everyone likes that.
Let's use one. Let's see if we can make it sparkle. Is it up? It doesn't have a. Does it have a?
It has a string.
Anyway, watch it. Here you go. Do it, Fred.
Yeah.
So it's cool. So when you're doing tricks, it makes it sparkle and it makes it look interesting.
Can these be valuable, JD?
What's
Fred?
the value of these?
Something like this, $50, $60.
50 or 60?
Yeah.
That's
Let's see
valuable.
it. Sparkle. Make it. Whoa, he's making it go so fast you can't see it sparkle.
Look at that.
But as you can see, as the light hits it, it does sparkle a little bit.
Look at
All right, let's go over here and talk about some of the prizes and the different yo-yo patches and that.
Well, if you won first prize, they'd give you, like this, come from 1950 winner, Duncan yo-yo winner.
Now, do you have yours? Do you have a
No,
patch
I don't have my patch, but I got one just like it. It's on the wall.
And there are different shapes we were talking about yo-yos. Like that's called a what?
A butterfly.
A butterfly yo-yo. And then this is just a standard.
Standard
yo-yo
77 is the name for it.
Okay, and they also used yo-yos in advertising. And you have a collection of some pretty interesting advertising yo-yos.
Yeah, well, Coke, Pepsi,
What's the
all
oldest
the donut, Mr. Donut, Dr. Pepper.
What's the oldest advertising yo-yo you have?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
He's got all sorts of yo-yos here.
Yeah.
And he said that his most value, is this the one that you said you wouldn't part with
Yeah, that's
at
right.
all?
Yeah.
Now tell me about that one.
That's called a Duncan Lightning, and they're very rare.
Mm-hmm.
There's not very many collectors have them.
Is there big money? I mean, are these things worth a lot of money if they're real old?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if they're in good condition, just like toys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they are. These are
And if they were used by a champion.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
That's
hey,
right.
we have Io here. One quick thing before we go. Io's learning tricks, but also you were called
Yo-Yo. My nickname, my family nickname is Yo-Yo. It doesn't mean Yo-Yo. my name actually means joy. But my family nickname is Yo-Yo. I haven't heard it since I was about 5.
But she's been hearing it all morning here.
Yeah.
Well, that's it from Fred Lindsay, the 1959 Des Moines yo-yo champ, and it's been up and down ever since, John.
I finally got it.
She got it.
Yeah, right. Some of those are pretty big too, aren't they? Fred, you have some really large.
Yeah,
yo-yos.
there's this one from France that's 7 inches in diameter.
Look at that. That thing is huge.
And look, show them the Mexican
Usually
one,
by
too.
clowns.
Now
Yeah.
you said that could break your finger,
Yeah,
huh?
that could break your finger.
And look, this is one from Mexico, which is
Oh, those are
interesting.
great. Those are great. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, JD. You could look at those all day. Those are terrific. Claire, you've had all segment to practice. How's it going in there with that yo-yo?
Well, you know, I didn't have any time to practice, actually. Let's see if I get it. Whoa,
yeah,
it lights up.
okay.
Whoa. That's it, John. Thank you for allowing me
All right.
to hold on to your yo-yo for the show to get to play. Thomas, come on in. Let's get back to the appraisal portion of the show. I have been looking at these dishes the